Welcome back to your online class. This is the continuation of your yesterday's class, children. So, let's have a quick look about what we have learned in our previous class. Okay? In our previous class, we have learned that houses in villages and are known as kacha houses. Okay? And kacha houses are built using simple materials such as stones, bamboos, mud, straw, and dry leaves. Okay? And we have also learned that sanitation in villages which is not proper, but nowadays village people are also getting educated regarding this sanitization. Okay, children? And we have also learned that houses in cities are known as pakka houses. Okay, don't get confused, children. Houses in villages are known as kacha. Okay, and the houses in cities are known as pakka. Okay. Pakka houses are built using cement, bricks, steels, and sand. So the houses now which we are living are known as Pakka houses, children. Next, we have seen about different types of houses in cities such as simple Pakka houses, bungalows, residential colonies, and multi-storied buildings. We have also learned about skyscrapers and slums where do daily labor will live. Okay, and we have also learned about the sanitization in cities which is well built. Okay, now let us get into our lesson, children. What is garbage? Children, have you ever heard the word garbage? Garbage is any material that is of no use can be thrown away as waste. Garbage. Okay, garbage means is nothing but waste, children. Okay, that we don't use that material in any way, that is no use of that material is known as garbage. In simply Telugu we will call it as chetta. Okay, garbage includes vegetable peels, household goods such as old and torn clothes, old shoes, utensils, batteries, old medicines, paper, etc. So these includes what, children? Vegetable peels like cucumber peel, onion peels, potato peels. Okay, and it also includes households, that means the things which are in our house. For example, your old and torn clothes, your old shoes, some of your old utensils, batteries, old medicines, and the most garbage consists of papers. Okay, packaging materials such as metal, plastic cans, plastic bottles, polythene bags, and cardboard cartons. So, it also includes packing materials, that means the materials which are required for packing. Okay, that is metals, either it is plastic cans, that is drink bottles or coke tins, and any other polythene bags and cardboard cartons which you use it for shifting. Okay, and dry leaves that fall from trees also comes under garbage, children. Okay, if all this garbage is thrown around our surroundings, it is left unattended, it will not and give out foul smell. So what will happen, children? Many of our people, what they will do, they will simply throw the garbage from their house and put it near their surroundings only. Then what will happen? Nobody will clean it. Okay, it will be left unattended and it will rot means padaipovam, and it will get a bad smell from it. Not only that, it will also attract flies and other insects which cause diseases such as diarrhea, dysentery, typhoid, and cholera. So, children, what will happen if the garbage is left like that? Many insects will fall on it. For example, houseflies will go and sit on that garbage, and the same housefly will come into our house and it will also sit in our food. So what will happen if we eat such kind of food? We will fall sick. So we should keep our surroundings clean. By these garbage and by these flies, we will get some of the diseases like diarrhea, dysentery, typhoid, and cholera. Okay, so we should not only keep our house clean, children, we should keep our surroundings also clean, because if a mosquito bite us, we will get many diseases like dengue. Okay, so we should keep our house clean and our surroundings also clean. Okay, disposal of water. So water disposal is also most important thing, children. We must not throw garbage in open areas outside our house. Household waste should be collected in a covered dustbin and disposed at proper dumping places. In towns and cities, the method of open dumping is oftenly followed in uh, where a large amount of garbage is dumped outside the cities. What will happen, children? As I said earlier, we should not throw the garbage surrounding our houses. As I said earlier, in cities, open dumping method will be followed, children, where that tractor will come, a dust tractor, a man will keep a whistle, and then your mothers and your mates will run with dust. So we should give our dust to them, okay? And what they will do, they will take the dust to the outskirts of the city and they will dump there. So children, in the picture you can see dumping garbage outside the city, okay? Biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. So in these waste also there is two types of waste, children: biodegradable and non-biodegradable, okay? Plants and animals waste such as vegetable peels and excreta decompose easily and mix with soil. So children, plant waste and animal waste and such as, what does this comes under? Vegetable peels and excreta decomposes which mix up with soil easily. So these are known as biodegradable, children. They become the part of the soil and can be used as fertilizer for plants. So, and if you observe, your mother will keep the vegetable peel plant waste to plants. So what will happen? They will mix up with the soil and they will become fertile. The soil become fertilized and it will help the plant to grow. So these are known as they mix up with the soil, these are known as biodegradable waste, children, okay? However, waste such as plastic, glass, metal, chemicals, polythene don't. So how these vegetable peels and other mix up with soil, na? Some of waste such as plastic, metals, chemicals, glasses, they won't mix up in the soil, children, okay? And they cause harm to the soil. So these are known as non-biodegradable wastes. So the waste which mix up with the soil are known as biodegradable, children. The waste which don't mix up with the soil are known as non-biodegradable, okay? Okay, children, they stay in the soil for a long time and pollute the soil. These non-biodegradable, what they will do, children, they won't mix up with the soil and they also pollute the soil. When the crows, domestic animals such as, accidentally eat these, they may fall sick and die. So children, if any glass piece found in the soil or in dust, what will happen if a crow sits and pick up the glass piece? What will happen, children? It will eat and it will die. So we should be very careful while disposing these glass pieces or metals or any chemicals. We must separate biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste before disposing the garbage. So what we have to do, children? We have to identify whether this waste is degradable or biodegradable. So we have to differentiate the biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste in before when you are disposing it. So our government has taken a good step that it has given two different color dustbins for biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So children, this is the symbol is there na, this white color symbol is recycle symbol. So this green wala is known as biodegradable. This green color tin is for dustbin is for biodegradable, children, and this is blue is for non-biodegradable. So when you are throwing any dust outside, you should check whether it is biodegradable or non-biodegradable, okay? This white symbol on this green dustbin is recycle, okay? The local self-government places different color garbage bins in public areas. Green color bins are used for biodegradable waste and blue colored bins are used for non-biodegradable waste such as plastic. So children, I think in many of our houses the two dustbins are there, right? So the government has supplied for everyone these two dustbins. One is in blue color, one is in green color. So children, you should keep your papers and pencil dust, everything in green color dustbin only, children, not in blue. But coming to your plastic papers, okay, coke tins, or any other things, you should keep it in the blue dustbin. Okay, blue green refers to biodegradable waste and blue refers to non biodegradable waste. Okay, landfills, garbage that thrown in garbage bins are collected by the local government workers and deposited in the nearest community garbage dump. Local government trucks then carry the garbage and throw it into ditches and called landfills outside the city limits. The garbage is covered with soil as soon as possible to prevent of breeding insects and germs. So children, as we said na, they will dump this every dust which collected from our house, every garbage they will dump in the dumping yards in the outside of the city. So at what they will do means they will cover with soil, children. Immediately after dumping it, they will cover the garbage, total garbage of it with the soil. Why they will cover with soil means to prevent the breeding of insects and germs on it. Okay, insect incinerators. In cities, and large scale disposal of waste is done by burning the garbage in big furnace called incinerators. Does not allow germs grow but causes air pollution and gives out smoke and heat. So children, in very large cities na, how they will dump, it seems they will burn the garbage, children, in big furnaces called incinerators. So they will burn the whole garbage. So this is one side, it is having an advantage, that is it will not allow for growing of germs, but the disadvantage is it will cause heavy air pollution, children. Okay, compost. As you already know, garbage should not be burned. Burning products smoke and causes air pollution. In villages, most waste products are biodegradable. When garbage such as cow dung and vegetable peels are dumped in a bin and covered, they rot and become manure or compost. The manure is then used as a fertilizer in the fields. As apart from bins, compost pits are also dug in the ground. So children, in villages, what they will do? In villages, the 90% of waste is biodegradable, children. So with the help of that garbage, they will prepare manure. Okay, and when garbage such as cow dung and vegetables were dumped in a bin, that means when they were kept in a bin and covered na, they will rot and they will become compost or manure, which is very helpful for plant growth. So in villages they will follow this process. Okay, and not only in bins, children, some people what they will do, they will dig pits in the ground and they will place this cow dung and vegetable peels there and cover it. After some time, it will become manure or compost. Refuse, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So let's learn about these 4 types, children. The best method of waste control is to refuse, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So the best method is, these are 4 best methods to reduce the waste, children. What are they? Refuse, that means rejecting. Reduce means the uses, we should shortage the uses, that means okay, and reuse, that means using again. Recycle means after waste also it should be recycled and used again. So the best method is these 4, children. Let's see what are these. We should refuse to buy things that we don't need, that means we should straightly reject the things which we don't need. Okay, even if the new items are tempting enough to catch attention, okay, even they are very tempting and they are very attractive, if you don't need the thing, simply don't buy that thing. Okay, that is known as refuse. So rejection, completely rejection. Okay, we should not use more than more things than we need. So simply using the things, we should limit our uses of things, children. We should not buy extra things. Okay, reducing the number of things, which means using fewer natural resources. That means we should reduce the uses of chemical products or anything. We should only use the natural resources. We should reuse the things that we would normally throw away. We can reuse glass and plastic jars, plastic bottles, polythene bags, tin cans and package boxes after they are empty. So children, coming to reuse na, After simply drinking a drink bottle, simply we should not throw that plastic, children. We should reuse it. Okay, we can reuse some of those are glass jars, that means jam bottles, plastic jars, that means which we can get from honey and everything, we should reuse them. Okay, plastic bottles, polythene bags and tin cans, package boxes, cartons also we can use. We should reuse them. Simply by not throwing away them, we should reuse them for our daily needs. Okay, these can be used to store things. Many decorative items such as wall hangings, flower vases can be made out of these used items. So we should think creatively and we should make any wall decorative items, or simply we can use in kitchen by storing, okay, our groceries in it. Old textbook can be reused by giving to other students if kept in good condition. So children, if you keep your textbook neatly, now we can give it to your next you are fourth class now. If your textbooks are in good condition, in the next year you can give it to third class children who are coming to fourth class. So in this way also we can reuse. So children, you know one thing, I used to study my sister's books only. She used to maintain her books very neatly, so I used her textbook for reading. Recycling means using the waste items to make new things. Old paper, magazines, etc. can be given for recycling. These can be recycled to make paper which can be used again. So children, recycling means again the process using the waste material to make new thing. Okay, this process is known as recycling, children. For this process we can give our old magazines, okay, and newspapers, where again they will make the paper from it and they will use it again. Okay, household items such as glass jars, cans, bottles can be sold to neighbors to make junk dealer. These items then sent to recycle centers where useful things are made. So children, in our waste, if you are having any waste material, na, we can set a deal with junk dealer and we can sell it to them. So with this junk, they will again recycle and make them as new. Okay children, yesterday children, there is an activity in your textbook that you should paste or draw different kinds of houses which we see, right? So you do it children, this is your activity. You have to either paste different kinds of houses in a chart. If you are good at drawing, you can draw. Okay, different, that means kacha house, a pakka house, a apartment, a multi-story building, a skyscraper. These are some of the buildings you're having in your textbook, right? So you have to draw it and submit it by next week. So if you can't draw, you can simply paste the pictures also. Okay children, do it and submit it to by my next week. Okay Nana? And here this is another thing is there children, the way list the ways in which improper garbage disposal and bad sanitization conditions contribute to environment pollution. So children, let's you should list some ways children. What are the improper, that means how improperly the garbage is being disposal and bad sanitization conditions are there, and how you will contribute for stopping of how they help in environment pollution. You should list out the waste children. Okay, improper garbage disposal and bad sanitization leads to. So these are some of the ways if the garbage is improperly disposed or the sanitization is not done. Some of the conditions which lead to them are contamination of water. So first the water is contaminated children, and it causes harm to animals that drink from polluted water. If animals drink that polluted water, their health will be spoiled. Contamination of soil. If humans eat plants and animals that have contact with such soil, they can be negative impact on their health. So if soil is polluted or soil is contaminated, somehow we will eat some leafy vegetables and everything from that soil only, na, there are chances of our health will be spoiled children. And what happen, cows, they will directly eat from there, their health will be also at risk. Okay children, do that project and read the lesson twice children. Complete ABC bits in page number 100. Okay, thank you children, that's all for today.